Yeah, I will say for us, so the Church of the Common Ground, we are church walls. We don't have an inside space. Uh, what our commitment has been for the 10 plus years that we've been in existence is to always be at Woodruff Park at 1 p.m. to provide and to create worship together. That has been our longstanding commitment. And so the first in early March, we had to shift that commitment. We still show up every Sunday at 1 o'clock in Woodruff Park, but we don't do a worship service with each other because of their guidelines around gathering in large groups and things like that. And I will say one of the biggest shifts that I've experienced over the course of this kind of 2 month arc has been just a change in my own heart about what ministry is and what matters. So I think early on when, at first we couldn't do communion and then we couldn't do service. That's kind of how it has progressed. And so early on, I felt like I wasn't being a priest anymore because I wasn't leading people in prayers and in worship and singing. I felt a whole lot less priestly. And over the course of this time, my own thoughts around that have shifted. And my parishioners have helped me so much in that, and just talking about how important it is and how grateful they are that we just keep showing up, even though we are like decked out in, full on mask and gloves, we keep showing up. And for them, that is ministry. That is me being a priest. And so I think that shift for me theologically and spiritually has been really important in the last 2 months. And then also we did have to shift how we do things. So we continue to serve lunch. It's outside, it's to go, but we put out a line because we're, not in a space that's ours. So we lay out a rope line that has 6 feet marked every time. And people line up at the marks and they come up one at a time. There's no touching. We put the lunch down on the table and they get them and they get their mask. And so that's been a major shift. When I first started working in this congregation, I was really intentional about giving people hugs when they wanted them, when they asked, right? Because people so whether you have a house or not, us don't get good, healthy, safe touch. And so I've been really committed to that. And of course, when the pandemic came, that immediately had to go away. And I'll tell the story, and then Glenna, you can say whatever you would like, but early on, before I think the community really understood the dangerousness of the pandemic, there was a man that he's like a grandfather in so many ways, probably given that man a hug every single week for, weeks. And he looked at me with the most hurt eyes and was like, Pastor Kim, can you please give me a hug? And I had to say no. And I had to say no repeatedly. And I think, in a regular context or whatever with other people, that would not have hurt so much or would not have been so hard. But I know that I'm the only hug he gets all week, right? And so those shifts that we've had to make that have just been hard, and they may not seem all that meaningful to some, but I know that on a heart level, they really do matter.